This is Examples in Music for Module 16. 16.1 talks about tendency tones in major and minor keys. 16.2 refers to the concept of chordal dissonance. 16.3 talks about the resolution of chordal dissonance. And 16.4 talks about the strengths and weaknesses of 18th century counterpoint. The learning resources of those objectives will give you insight to all of those concepts, and be sure to go through the self-assessments and quizzes as well. I'm going to use this hymn, Come Ye Thankful People Come, to illustrate some of these concepts. This piece is in the key of F major, which sounds like this. And the learning resources of 16.1 will help you identify what the two tendency tones are in this key. They are both part of the dominant chord, and in this case, one of those notes is E natural, which has a tendency to resolve up to F. The other one is B flat, which has a tendency to resolve down to A. You might be familiar with this hymn. I'm going to play part of a recording at this time. Alright, the part I'd like to look at in more detail is right here, specifically these two measures. So what we see in this first measure here is a 5/7 chord in third inversion, C, E, G, with B flat in the bass. The tendency tone E is found in the soprano, and the tendency tone B flat is found in the bass. When we play those together, it makes a tritone. And a tritone is a dissonance. In Objective 16.2, you'll learn that this is the only acceptable type of chordal dissonance in 18th century counterpoint on primary beats. 18.3 talks about how these notes resolve, where the leading tone, in this case the E, will want to resolve up to F. And the chordal seventh will want to resolve down to A. If we play those two notes and their resolutions together, we get this: tritone, resolution. 16.4 will give you various strengths and weaknesses of 18th century counterpoint, but one of the main ones is found here. If you were with us in Theory 1 for our study of species counterpoint, one of the rules we always had was that it has to begin with an octave or unison and end with an octave or unison. In special cases, we could start an exercise with a fifth if the cantus firmus was in the bottom voice. In 18th century counterpoint, one of the differences is that opening should clearly establish the key and the mode. So you'll often see the third of the key also involved, as is done here, F and A. That gives us a sense right away that this is in F major as opposed to F minor, which we wouldn't be able to tell if we started with F in both voices or even F and C in both voices. I'm going to finish off by playing another arrangement of this by a virtuosic organist.